Are you a young Vietnamese Canadian actively involved in your community? Have you ever wondered how you can step out and meet others who, like you, envision a world full of creative solutions and positive action? Do you have the burning desire to learn, to improve, and to be the activist or leader you know you can be? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Camp Lên Đường is the event of the year for you. I'll even dare to say that it may be the event of a lifetime. Hi everybody, my name is Nguyen Christine Nguyen Lê, and I'm here in Ottawa in the comfort of my own home, sending you greetings to say that I'm very happy that you've formed a VCSA group out there and have gotten together to do what you feel would be to make a significant contribution to your community. What you've just heard is the script or the call out that we made in 2005 to encourage young people just like yourself to come out and participate and be a part of VCSA history and to attend Camp Lên Đường in the US. So inspired by that particular camp in 2005 that took place in Austin, Texas, I myself was one of a large group, a contingency that went down to Austin and took part in Camp Lên Đường there. Hugely inspiring. It was such an amazing event that really touched me and inspired me to take part and to come back home and think that, you know what, we can do something like this in Toronto as well. So even though I live now in Ottawa, Toronto is home, and I was there. And so together after 2005 we said, you know what, I think it's time, and we developed the birth of VCSA Toronto chapter took place that summer. So just several months after Camp Lên Đường in 2005, we established the VCSA Toronto chapter. And with much deliberation, much contemplation, we said, you know what, I think with years and years after Canadians going down to the States to attend Camp Lên Đường there, we said, you know, I think we can do this here in Canada. And my position with VCSA was Vice President Internal, and I became the camp master for 2006, the first ever Lên Đường camp in Canada, and it was held as a very, very special place in my heart. And you know, when we started, we said, you know, is this possible? Do we have enough resources? Do we have enough people? And I remember discussing this with several of the other executives, saying, if we have 5 people, just five committed people, we'll go forward with this. Even though it was a huge undertaking, we said all we need is 5 very committed people and we'll move forward. And you know, it was such a huge blessing, and fortunately 5 quickly became 10 and 10 became 20, and 1 year later, by the time the camp came around, what started off as 5 committed people who decided willingly to take part in organizing this camp. A lot of emails later, a lot of sleepless nights, and a lot of hard work, but rewarding work nonetheless. That 5 became a group of over 50 volunteer staff, volunteer coordinators, and volunteer regional coordinators all across the country to put together the very first and most successful Camp Lên Đường Canada that has taken place in just outside of Toronto in 2006. And you know, people say build it and they will come. Well, I say come together, build it, and of course they will come, because it is true. What was 5 became a successful camp of over 120 Canadians, young Canadian people around all across Canada, who were truly inspired and motivated by the messages of leadership and synergy and working together. So 2009, 3 years after that first camp, it was so rewarding to see the second Lên Đường camp taking place in Canada, but this one was a very special one, not only because it again took place near Toronto, but because it not only involved Canadian campers, but it was opened up to all of North America. So Camp Lên Đường has a very special place in all of VCSA executives' heart, because it really was the stepping stone, or the springboard for which a lot of the VCSA events take place. And another special part about it was you see someone in 2006 go from camper in 2006 all the way to camp master in 2009. So hopefully you'll have a message from Nguyen as well later on in this segment. But you know, it's a truly inspiring camp, and I hope that this message, as well as the other messages, will really give you faith that if you put your mind to it, and if you really believe in something strongly enough, it can happen. And it really is something that brings people together, that inspires people, it brings communities together. And in fact, that's just on a side note, that's how I met my husband, who's videotaping this right now. Thank you. And it really truly brings communities and multiple generations together and allows you to do good, rewarding work, and I commend you for taking part and for building what is truly going to be meaningful projects that you will have there. And you've got some great leaders who started off in Toronto and who've been through all the ropes, and I commend you and I congratulate you and I wish you all the best.